How would you like to go from 0 to 10K per month with YouTube automation within 4 months? That is exactly what my friend Razvan did. In today's video, I decided to call him and see how he did it. If you want to find out how he did it, you've clicked on the right video. All you need to do now is just stick around until the end. So we all know that you've got multiple channels, but how much money are these channels making every single month?
That's a good question, man. And of course, as you know, it's not the same number each and every single month. But as of right now, with the portfolio channels that we have, I'm making just shy of $50,000 in profit. But that's not only AdSense. Like we take AdSense combined, brand deals combined. Brand deals are probably a hefty one. But then we also do some affiliate marketing, 2,000-3,000 on the side and something like that. And that's pretty much it. We still some shout outs here and there, but nothing crazy. But again, AdSense and brand deals are the highest paying, and we make just shy of 50.
When did you start adding all of those additional income streams, and how much of a difference did that make once you did it?
Man, like so long. I remember we were even talking. I'm not sure if you did it before me or after. Yeah, I think we were kind of realized at the same time, but I was making like probably 15 to 20,000 from AdSense alone when I started looking into others. And I was reticent, and this is definitely a mistake, and I recommend nobody does it. I was like, oh yeah, YouTube AdSense pays me so well, 15, 20. I don't need another 1,000, another 2,000 just by doing brand deals or affiliate marketing. I was pretty much lazy, right? Like I got complacent, I was lazy. But then when I started it, man, I think in the first month, I don't remember exactly, but I think in the first month we made $5,000 or $10,000 from brand deals. That was a big one because again, it's not like we started from scratch and we made that money in the first month, but we already had the channels, we already had the audience, right? The brands were already there. It was just like, yeah, we're opening the gates, come pay us, right? And I made like $5,000 or $10,000, and since then, we've never made less than $10,000 from brands in a single month.
That's pretty awesome. So when you got started with YouTube automation, obviously you start off with one channel probably, right? I know you may have done multiple at the same time, but how long did it take for your first channel to actually make proper money?
I don't remember exactly, but I'm kind of in the same time, like 2 weeks different. I started with 2 of them. One of them you already know, and then the second one I can disclose. It was a car crash channel that made 1,000, 2,000, and then eventually flopped. But for my first successful channel, the one that I started prior to this, we went from 0 to 8,900, something like that in 4 months. And with the brand deal, we passed 10,000. So from 0 to 10,000 in less than 4 months. But I think it was 3 months where we started making money. We went from $300, which was nothing crazy because the cost of production was higher, to 3,000 in a month. So 3 to 4 months it was when I started making money. And again, for people who are dedicated and who are willing to put in the time, I think that's still a good time frame today to make serious money.
100%. That's what we mostly talk about as well, like 3 up to 6 months. And guys, I can actually vouch for this because 2 years ago, this guy actually sent me an email reaching out to me. And then from there, we kind of started doing these weekly calls, just exchanging information. I literally saw his channel take off just like this. And boom, he started making 10 grand a month basically, which is pretty insane. So I can definitely vouch for that.
It was only because he helped me. Otherwise, I would not be there. I actually believe it.
So you probably get a lot of people as well that ask you about what is the best niche and this and that. What's your opinion about that? How important is it to choose the right niche?
Oh, 100%, man. It's key. I think I was lucky, and I think both of us were somehow lucky to choose good niches. We didn't know much about it when we started. As Warren Buffett says, man, it's not important how hard you row, but what boat you're in, right? If you're not in an opportunity that can make you $1,000 a month, it's not worth pursuing, even if you're the best one, right? So I would say you can definitely make it or break it. It's crucial. And when it comes to finding the best niche, I think it does not exist like a stereotype for everybody. This is the best opportunity. Looking back at what I've done and how I've been able to make money with this is just identifying opportunities where you can apply leverage, where you know more than everybody else, where you can put more work or more money or more whatever than everybody else, and pursuing that basically to kind of have an unfair advantage. All my channels that made me big money, I was applying this, and now I'm doing it with money. I only go in opportunities where I can leverage my money, my connections, and my network basically pretty much to go faster. I will not compete with somebody who I know is better than me, right?
Does that mean that you're a big advocate of people choosing niches where they either have a lot of knowledge about that because then they can leverage that to get it started, or they've got so much money that they can just simply make the best quality videos in that niche compared to the other ones?
I'll say yes for both of them. I would say money, it's a little bit more important. So if you have money, it's easier, of course. But if you have information or you are even knowledgeable, let's say NBA, right? I don't know a lot about NBA. But if I'm willing to learn as much as I need and I'm willing to do work every day and get knowledgeable about NBA and I don't dislike it, I think, yes, you can apply that as leverage, and those are good ideas.
So you've probably been doing YouTube automation for 2-3 years now, maybe. What are the biggest mistakes that you made yourself and that you should tell the audience to avoid? I know you've made some, so this is gonna be interesting.
A lot of them, man. A lot of them. At some point, I almost deleted my AdSense account. And for people out there, they know it's like limited one for one person. And I somehow disabled mine. I was not able to get paid because I couldn't create another one. I didn't have like sister or brother or anything like that, right? So that was one in the day, but that was not, how to say, that was just dumb. Like I pressed one button, I didn't know what it happened, and then boom, right? So that's completely dumb. It's very hard to make that mistake, but mistakes that they can avoid are, first, I scaled too fast, right? So I was super excited. I love speed. To this day, I love to move fast. I do a lot of things in the same time, and I want to move fast as possible. But after I had my first successful channel, I got another one right after, and then from 2, I had like 13 ideas and I scaled all of them. I started all of them literally, and that was like overkill. That was way too much. I didn't know that much about the game. I didn't have that much money to sustain all the channels. So eventually I just lost money, lost 2 or 3 months, stopped the majority of them, sold one, but not for like, not a happy sale where I just got rid of it basically. Another mistake would be regarding the niches, right? Because I've gotten successful and I was young, and of course I'm still young, but I thought I know it all, right? I know, yeah, I can do this and I can apply this in every niche. It's gonna work. It's all the same. When I went ahead and applied that in different niches, I was too arrogant about the process. I was like, oh, I already know this. I'm gonna do the same thing that I've done before and it's gonna work. And it didn't. Like 3 months, 4 months after, it just didn't. So then I had to go in the game and see, okay, what's different? What am I doing wrong? Go from there, work with the team, and eventually we got it through. But again, just because I've done it once doesn't mean that it's gonna work exactly the same. The same time, yes, it's gonna be easier. You're gonna have more leverage. You're gonna be shorter, but it's not gonna be identical. I don't believe for the majority of channels.
Yeah, so you would say neglecting it or just running it too much on autopilot wasn't beneficial in this case.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's the goal. You want to put it on autopilot. You want to care as less as possible if you want to have a truly cash flow YouTube automation channel, whatever. But not to the point where you just, hey, I want to do this channel. You take care of it. Bye. Right? It's not gonna work.
I see. And then finally, what's your main advice for people that are starting right now? They have the budget, but they've got zero experience in YouTube whatsoever. What's the main advice that we give to them?
I would say first, and this is what I did as well, and this doesn't cost any money. Go ahead and watch all of your channels, all of your videos about YouTube automation, all of my videos. Go ahead and watch all the free YouTube automation content out there. Literally all of it. I was watching podcasts from people who at some point in their lives they've done it, although they're not doing it anymore. So I literally consumed all the information possible, and still there, you just have an idea. You don't even know if it's true or not, right? I would just take that. If you don't want to invest in anything, just take that. And then I would go in a niche that allows you to test with sample sizes, meaning I would not go in a niche where you want to make history documentaries or business documentaries, because those videos are going to cost hundreds to produce. So every time you test the video, you lose hundreds, right? Instead, if you can go in a niche, and this is what I've done, again, pure luck. I was in a niche where my cost to produce was like 25 bucks. So every time I was testing, I was okay failing because I had 30 more videos to go with, right? I could fail 30 more times and still have money, right? But if you just have one shot to make it, it's going to be very hard. If you have 30 shots in a month to make it, so if you can fail each and every single day for 3 months and then one successful video pops off, I'll definitely go with that. So I'll definitely find a niche where, again, you can leverage, you can apply some sort of leverage, financial leverage, knowledge leverage, network connections leverage, whatever. And I would also make sure that the cost of production is low, so you can fail multiple times until you succeed. That's pretty much what I would do.
If you've got any more questions for Razvan, please let me know in the comment section down below. I actually live with him in Dubai, so next time that I'll run into him, I'll be sure to ask him and let you guys know. Leave a like on the video, subscribe, and then I'll see you in the next one.